WWE YouTube fans. I hope all you guys are enjoying your weekend. I hope you guys in some way are enjoying your Saturday night and your weekend, but also in a way not trying to get too emotional, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the new camera. Doesn't the new camera look so well? I mean, I love it. And I got like the LED light right here. And it's like, oh, so awesome. But we all know what this episode and tonight's episode is going to be about. So let's just get right into it, guys. Welcome to the channel of the Ryan Connect WWE Report. So obviously, guys, tonight was a very, special and emotional night in the WWE. It was the retirement, and the last time is now for none other than the last real champion, John Cena, guys. And, I kind of admit, before we get into it, guys, never really thought how I was going to say this. Never really thought, like, what I was going to say, how I was going to say it. And, John Cena, guys, I got to be honest with you, okay? There were two things he did on his retirement tour this year that was, like, amazing. Number one, at WrestleMania, he became a 17-time world champion, which now is the most in all of the WWE. There is not any WWE superstar that has reached a 17-time world champion, except none other than John Cena. The second one was winning the IC title and becoming a Grand Slam champion. If you asked me back in January of this year if John Cena would be a Grand Slam champion, I would have said, I really don't know. But, there's a lot I could say, but there is one thing that needs to say. The towels he had, the little rally towels, they always said the last time is now, and tonight was the last time ever. After tonight, it is no more John Cena. It's no more hustle, loyalty, respect. It's no more of hearing you want some, come get some. It's no more open challenges. It's no more running to the ring, the salute. Let's go to work, Stu. The famous cameraman, Stu. Guys, it's no more of that. And we've seen Edge retire. We've seen The Undertaker retire. We've seen Goldberg, officially retire. But it was, for some reason, it was never like John Cena's retirement. And you know what? Next year, we have another retirement of the phenomenal AJ Styles. And, in the last year of John Cena, we've seen the best. We've seen him face Randy Orton, CM Punk, AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes on more than one occasion, Brock Lesnar. And, in his hometown on Raw, we saw him win the IC title and become a Grand Slam champion. But, tonight, he went one-on-one with a guy he has never met one-on-one in the WWE, the Ring General Gunther. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. But I wanted to ask you guys the question personally. What did you think of John Cena's last match in the WWE? I don't want you guys to tell me what you thought of the result. I want you to give me, on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest, how great was John Cena's last WWE match? I want to hear that down below in the comment section. So again, on a scale of 1 to 5, let me know what you thought of John Cena's last match. But John Cena, he wanted tonight to be about the future of the WWE, and every single match tonight, except John Cena's match, it was NXT talent versus main roster talent. And then don't get me wrong, we are going to talk about the other 3 matches tonight's event, but that will be tomorrow. I said last night that tonight's episode was going to be highlighted on one thing, and that was the last real champion of John Cena, guys. So I'm going to ask again, what did you think of his last match on a scale of 1 to 5? You guys can let me know down below in the comment section. But you know what? It was great seeing John Cena's last entrance. He hugged a lot of people. He hugged WWE Hall of Famers, even Elias. Yes, we all remember Elias. He was at ringside. Kevin Owens was hugged by John Cena, and Kevin Owens, guys, is John's. I remember Kevin Owens versus John Cena, that rivalry. Mark Henry, Kurt Angle, the very first opponent for John Cena was Kurt Angle. So many people, guys, and hearing Lillian Garcia say this one last time, the last real champion, the never seen 17 guys. And I mean, there was so much that went into tonight. And all day, the minute I woke up this morning, I had to realize that, by the time I go to bed tonight, John Cena will officially be retired from the WWE. And we've seen, social media all day, talk about Cena, whether it's NFL, NBA, MLB, Sports Illustrated, ESPN, they're all talking about one person of John Cena, guys. And you know what? A lot of people were asking me, what if the final boss, The Rock, showed up tonight? And, what if, someone just came out and challenged John Cena to one final match? And, that was like the what ifs, and John Cena, guys, said that tonight would be his last match ever, and it is. I mean, John Cena left his shoes and wristbands all in the ring, and he walked out in control of retirement, guys. And, there will be no more John Cena. So, that is, everybody is like, well, what if, this was a possibility or this was, guys. And believe me, I was asking myself that, that what if question as well. And, it, you know what, guys, John Cena, won 2 titles in his last year. He won the WWE Undisputed title in the main event of WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes. And then he won the IC title on Raw in his hometown, and to become a Grand Slam champion. And, I just want to ask you guys, now that you know he is retired, what did you think of the 2025 run of Mr. John Cena? I want to know that too. So let me know down below in the comment section, what was your favorite match of John Cena this year? What was your favorite, PLE of John Cena this year? I would love to know all that down below in the comment section. So please, I want to hear from you guys. What did you guys think of the 2025 year of John Cena? The 2 title reigns he had, the PLEs. It was huge. Main event J. Ooh, so in John Cena, the last 2 in the Rumble, guys, every year, I always say at the end of every single year, it's been a crazy year, but I think 2025 has been really an emotional year leading up to tonight and all of that. So I would love to know, guys, your favorite memory of John Cena in 2025, and I would also love to know your favorite match of John Cena in 2025. So let me know down below in the comments. All right, guys, so now I'm going to talk about the match itself. Like I said, Gunther was the winner of the last time is now terminated, which meant the former world champion Gunther would be the last opponent for the last real champion, John Cena, guys. And it was a really back and forth match. You saw 2 different styles of wrestling. You saw, Gunther, the old style and all that. And then you got John Cena, really, that's what interested me a lot was, 2 men who are at literally the top of the WWE and but yet 2 different styles of wrestling, guys. And you know what, guys? I gotta say this, guys. The ring general Gunther was given 4 AAs. John Cena hit 4 AAs on the ring general Gunther tonight at Saturday night's main event, and Gunther kicked out of 4 AAs, 1 of them through the announce table, and 1 of them off the top rope, guys. And, I kind of be honest with you guys, Gunther would, there was a lot of times in the match he hit the sleeper hold on John Cena. John Cena would force a break, and then Gunther would get right back on the attack. And, it just, it kind of seemed like we are all seeing how good the ring general Gunther is. People may not like him. They may even think that he doesn't belong in the WWE, but you got to remember, prior to tonight, Gunther and Cena have never met one-on-one, and we saw a whole new side of Gunther. Like, it's like, Gunther wanted to remind everybody why he is called the ring general Gunther, why he is a 2-time world champion, a former king of the ring, one of the longest IC champions in the past modern era, And you know what, guys? The ring general Gunther is going to end 2025 on a high note because he retired 2 men at Saturday night's main event. He retired WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg, and you remember, for the world title. And a few months after he retires Goldberg, he retires John Cena. So think about that. Gunther beat Goldberg and John Cena, both in the main event of Saturday night main event, all in 1 year. Literally, if there was a superstar of the year candidate, it could go to the ring general Gunther without a doubt. So, but it's not just, Gunther beating John Cena, guys. Gunther said this past Monday on Raw that he would tap out John Cena. And he did two things. He beat John Cena and he tapped out John Cena for the very first time in 22 years. The very first time in 22 years, John Cena tapped out in a WWE match. And, like everybody was shocked because the last match that John Cena had, he tapped out. And, Gunther did something that Randy Orton, Batista, you're talking about a lot of men. Gunther did one thing. He didn't beat John Cena. He tapped out John Cena, guys. And you know what? I will be very honest with you guys. I don't know what is next, for Gunther or John Cena, guys. But Gunther should be given a lot of respect for after tonight because he called his shot. He said this past Monday on Raw that he was going to tap out John Cena, and he did just that, okay? So, I just, I'm putting it out there, guys. But, oh my God, yeah. At the end of Saturday night's main event, the ring general Gunther defeats John Cena by submission. And for the very first time in 22 years, John Cena taps out in a WWE match. All right, guys. Before I end the episode, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. But let me know what you guys thought of this new camera and all that. I would love to know your thoughts on that. But I still can't believe it, guys. I just cannot believe that I am now doing a YouTube episode and John Cena is retired. So, I would go on about a really good story about John Cena that I have that very few people know about. But I'm not going to do that, guys. Maybe tomorrow I could share a little bit of it. But as always, before I end, drop a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe if you're not a subscriber already, guys. And the only thing I can say to the GOAT, John Cena, is for, I became a WWE fan really in 2009. And, I don't really need to go on, but there's a lot of things, that John Cena taught. He taught, to rise above hate, but I think more importantly than anything, he's said 3 words. And those 3 words, guys, is really what should stick with you. And those 3 words are never give up. So, the only thing I can say is thank you, John. And, yeah. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. And as always, thank you, Cena. We love you. We already miss you. And ladies and gentlemen, the end of Saturday night's main event was emotional, but John, thank you. We love you and enjoy your retirement.